Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, we're talking fishing.
Now, I know we didn't have any kingfish in Catch of the Week, but it's certainly a predominant species this time of year and plenty of people are doing it. Reports of 200 to 300 boats in the rip. And ads, we're going to talk about what is the combo that you would use from a beginner's to the highest and one in between, because there are some sensational combos out on the market these days. And,
yeah, there is.
You need the weapon. You aren't going to stop a kingfish, a yellowtail kingfish with a kid's rod or your snapper outfit or anything like that. You need the weapon, but you don't have to pay a fortune.
Exactly.
But if you like to, you can pay a fortune. So
yeah, exactly, and that's probably a great way to explain it. Where we fish for our kingfish is in quite turbulent water, as there's a lot of structure underneath. So even small fish of 3 to 5 kilos can really put a bit of stress on the gear. So you do need to go a little bit heavier than I guess, I won't say you'd like to, but then you would probably need to.
So you're fighting the fish and you've got water resistance at the same time.
Correct, and because of the current and the tidal flow associated with the rip, you're using jigs in excess of 200 grams.
Yeah.
So your lighter gear can't really cope with the weight of the lures you're using. So we've covered 3 distinct price points. Now the thing is with the net, when we talk entry level, I guess, Dave, for kingfish combos, we're not talking $30.
no.
It's serious gear for serious fish, but kingfish gear and I guess good quality gear in general is at a much more affordable price point than we've ever seen.
Yeah.
So the first one we're focusing on is the first thing that's going to grab you is with the rod. I'll start with the rod over the reel. Beautiful black and grey camo grips.
Yep.
This is a Starlo stick. They call it a wrench. So straight away you can tell by the name that it is
power.
Exactly. It's designed around power. Now this is the shortest out of the 3 rods we'll look at. So it's designed specifically for a straight up and down vertical jigging rod. The reel is a Spheros saltwater 10,000.
Yep.
With all the reels we're going to look at, you've got a variety of different sizes. You're looking anywhere from 8,000 to 20,000, depending on your line class. And if you want to switch it over for other applications, that's a good thing with jig rods these days. They've been designed with more than one thing, I guess, in mind. So you can troll with this, no worries. You can live bait with this, no worries. It is designed predominantly as a jigging rod. And that falls at a beautiful price point where you're getting great quality gear. Hagani, everything in the reel, which was spoken about on previous shows, basically just means smoother for longer. So the durability is no question, 10-year warranty on the reel. That is a great little combo that you can use for more than one application when bluefin the bluefin season starts, or when I say it never ended, but when it comes into vogue again for this year, no doubt we'll be talking about this combo again.
Is that 2-piece?
It is 2-piece. It joins in the butt. If I can,
Usually
I made sure I hammered it straight in. So it is. You can travel quite easily. So they join in the butt section, so that you don't lose any power through the working curve of the rod.
Now, is that a graphite rod?
It is a graphite rod.
Yep.
All of these are graphite. You can get glass alternatives, but just the value for money and good quality graphite, you just don't.
And I think the other thing is when you're jigging all day, and it is a strain on old blokes' bodies like mine. You want graphite. You just want the lightest possible. And I mean, I don't know the weight of that one, but you certainly get plenty of power out of it, and it's quite light.
That's right. And being so short, it helps keep your centre of gravity.
Yeah.
It's specifically designed for really aggressive, fast action vertical jigging, so they're quite stiff. You can run a 200 gram jig over that, jig it all day long. Listen, you're going to get tired. Doesn't matter what happens. It's an aggressive form of fishing. It's loads of fun, and that's a great way to get started. Moving into the middle of the 3 that we bought in this evening. Again, the rod is probably the superstar here because it's just that little bit new. Now, Dave, Trully, we sat down with a group of the boys from Victoria and we actually designed this rod specifically for our market.
That's the Shimano DNA series?
DNA series. Yep. It's a nano concept blank, which means it has that nano resin. And what that does is fill all the tiny little gaps in between the weave of the graphite just to help reinforce the rod even further. We decided on basically a split cosmetic We've got just a nice, non-offensive black in the main butt section with a white tip, and you'll find that throughout the whole range of the Nano Series rods.
It's got a gimbal on the end?
It does have a gimbal on the end, which in this form of fishing is very important.
Yep.
Because it will hurt you if you don't have that on it. So you're either wearing a belt or you've got the cap over the top. This is a little bit longer, 6 foot. And this was designed...
Let me load that up. I think we can probably get it on camera there.
It's... they're very, very fast action rods. And you can put some serious hurt. It's hard to show you just how much pressure we can put on these rods. But 6 foot, a little bit longer, it makes it probably a little bit more user-friendly for your live baiting application. You can set it in your rod holders. It sits well over the gunnel, the boats on those bigger boats with wider gunnels to give you a little bit more control. We've matched it with a Saragosa 10,000, again a saltwater concept reel by Shimano. We've spoken about this reel before, and Dave, this is one of our highest selling reels in the shop.
It's just tough, isn't it?
It is, and it's got such a high drag capacity for a compact reel. It'll do everything you want to do
nice
easily.
long butt, so it goes in your rod holder.
That's right, slick
Full
butt.
lever.
Yeah, we really have cut out everything we can to keep it light and keep it comfortable.
The beast.
Yeah.
Now,
here we go.
This just gets me excited.
Exactly, and it's and
no
you know
substitute.
What? It is just as much designed for that than it is for its actual
for getting
application.
people excited.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
Even if you don't catch fish, you still feel good. Listen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shimano Game Type J. This was designed specifically for the Japanese market, so it's only quality.
Yeah.
Spiral X.
Previous to 18 months ago, 2 years ago,
you would never find one.
Well, you couldn't get it in Australia because it was made for Japan.
That's right.
And only available in Japan. We're bringing them in
Japanese
now.
market.
You would never find one in Australia. Now it's accessible to us, and we are so happy that it is. Spiral X, High Power X.
People need to Google that. So Spiral X and High Power X. Just remember those two terms because they're Japanese technology, and we were lucky enough to go to the Japan factory last year in Shimano, or Shimano factory in Japan, and just see what that means.
It is revolutionising rod blanks.
Yeah.
It's a brand new concept. It's
now,
ridiculous how light they are.
Now, if you read that tag there, it's written in Japanese, but I could tell today what the weight of the rod was. That rod weighs 200 grams.
And to put that into context, 200 grams in weight, it is rated PE6.
Yep.
Now, I guess we're used to talking in pounds, what that means. This is a 50 to 80 pound jig rod that weighs 200 grams.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Let me load that up because that's what.
And
remember, this is a 200 gram rod that is as light as a feather.
Light as anything.
Now, Spiral X.
Look at that.
Don't try this at home, kids.
No, but that,
look at that.
that is just. I mean, I know that's probably digging into your gut there. We saw a rod that was made with Spiral X in the Shimano factory, but they actually got the tip of the rod and bent it round to the butt. Now, it didn't have all the guides on and that sort of stuff, but that's the flexibility that this Spiral X technology gives. It's carbon tape, it's wrapped in a certain pattern.
Just load that again, because there's probably a really good point to prove here. You are working a hell of a lot harder than I am to hold onto that rod. That's the point.
That's the
point. You're getting hurt. I'm not. I am because it's digging into my guts. But I'm not stressing. I'm not getting pulled over. That reel there is a Stella 10,000 saltwater concept. It pulls 20.
That is up there, and I'm going to compare it to the engagement ring that James Packer gave Mariah Carey.
Yeah, there you go.
That is just. If you want the best,
20 carat.
It doesn't get any better than that. With a Stella 10,
26 kilos of max drag, or 24 kilos,
25 kilos of drag on a Stella 10.
That you'll never ever hold on to, and this rod was designed with that reel in mind. It is crazy lightweight. It pulls enormous amounts of drag, and it does not get any better than that.
All those reels can be converted right to left hand too, so
correct.
You can fish them both ways.
Correct.
For the uncoordinated. But seriously, do yourself a favour. If you haven't felt that outfit, even if you can't afford it or you don't want to buy one,
just go
into a tackle shop and have a look and have a feel.
Just grab one and have a feel. What I found with fishing with these rods too is you tend to get, if I'm wrong, you feel like you're pulling from the middle of your hand when you're pulling a fish, whereas some of the other ones, cheaper ones, tend to want to pull you out of the boat.
I was going to say, they want to pull you over. And that was, and you'll see, even with these, they're supposed to fold right from the butt.
Yeah.
So they're just phenomenal pieces of fishing gear.
I'd rather that than a ring.
Yeah, correct.
I'm sure Mariah Carey doesn't, but anyway. Oh, it's just an analogy, you know, if you really, really want the best.
The best of the best.
That is the best. So thanks, Ads, because that is some sensational gear.
Great gear.
You just need to come and check it out.
Talking fishing, nothing but fishing, talking fishing. If it's facts about fishing that you want to know, then tune in, folks, because this is the show. We'll show you all.